size, super simple recipes, number 34, minted lamb. Now, today we've gone back into lockdown for the second fucking time. This time they're saying it could last months. I haven't been out of the house since the 12th of March, except to buy food. So all my efforts have been totally in vain. The only advantage is that Gail is at home, so she's asked me to do some minted lamb. Nice, simple, slow cooked recipe. I've got some reasonably lean diced lamb here. Quite nice. This is the last bit from the butcher van. So all I'm going to do, because I like things to be absolutely simple, we're going to put a couple of teaspoons of just a normal store-bought mint sauce on there. Don't want to go massively overboard, which will give us all the minty flavour that we need. To that, I'm going to just add a tiny bit of bouillon or vegetable stock powder. This is just to develop a nice gravy for later. We don't need massive amounts. That's more than enough. I'm going to give that a little grind of salt and pepper. And then we're simply going to pour over some water. Lamb is quite a fat meat, and quite a lot of fat will cook out of this, which should give us a decent basis for a bit of gravy. There we go. And then I'm just going to cover that with some foil. I'll stick it into the oven at about 150 to 175 and cook it nice and slow, 2 or 3 hours, when I can open the foil. Oh, they make everything's so bloody difficult. There we go. We'll just chuck that in the oven 2 or 3 hours on a nice low heat, so that the lamb gets really tender, and we'll come back once that's been in the oven. For my accompaniments, my vegetable accompaniments, I've peeled and chopped some potatoes ready to make some mash. And I've got some nice broccoli florets, which I just want to wilt, because I'm going to do those in a tempura batter, which are really nice. You can also make a nice snack on their own. But I want to just bring these up to a rolling boil, and then turn the heat off, because I don't want them to go too soft. All I want to do is soften them slightly, so they take a bit less time when we put them in the batter. So once they've wilted, I'll simply drain those off and leave them to dry out as much as possible, and then we'll make up a tempura batter and stick those on. So I'll come back once they're cooked. My broccoli is now wilted. I've drained it. I'm just going to let that stand and go cool now, so that when we make the tempura batter up, we can dip those and drop them straight in the fat. So we're now waiting on the lamb to finish cooking, and then we'll come back and start putting it all together. The potatoes are bubbling away, ready for mash, so time to check what we've got with our lamb. Been in for about 2.5 hours now. And what we want is to make sure that it's, oh, that looks great. So I'm going to leave that to cool, and then we'll drain off the juices to make the gravy with. Then we'll add the lamb back to the gravy, so I'll come back once I've drained those off. We've got all the juices from the lamb in the pan. I'm going to add in a good dollop of mint sauce. And now I'm just going to cheat because I'm going to use some chicken gravy granules to make the gravy up. That amount, we'll probably want 3 or 4 teaspoons of this, which we'll then bring back to a boil to thicken up. That'll be plenty. It's a lovely minty smell coming off it anyway. So now we just wait for that to come to a boil. That's now come up to a boil, so I'm going to add my lamb back in to turn it right down, and that will just stay on a really gentle heat till we're ready to dish up. And when the mash is ready, that looks perfect now. Excellent. The mash is done, my lamb's done. Last thing we're going to do is a little bit of tempura broccoli, simply because I like broccoli. It's got a very, very fine coat of broccoli on it. I'll just take a couple of seconds. Oh, got one left there. All we're trying to do is just brown off the batter a little bit, and then they'll be done and we can dish up. Few more seconds and that'll be all ready. I'll come back when we've dished up. Size, super simple minted lamb with mash and broccoli florets tempura. Job done.